Todd Chrisley tells prison abuser he's snitching on all of them. Todd Chrisley has been spilling all the tea since he was released from prison, and recently he talked about getting revenge on his prison abusers, including snitching on all of them. So what did Todd have to say recently, and what kind of dirt does he have? Chrisley knows best. Todd Chrisley has been telling all since prison release. Chrisley knows best fans have been keeping up with all of the recent updates from Todd and Julie Chrisley, especially since the pardon from President Donald Trump that saw them released from prison. Since being on the outside, Todd and Julie have been spilling all the tea on their time behind bars, and fans of theirs are eager for all of the details that they have to share. Many fans of the pair did not even think they would get out in the way that they did, so there was a lot of buzz surrounding Todd and everything he has been saying regarding his time behind bars and more. Todd Chrisley threatens to snitch on prison abusers. While reflecting on his time behind bars in a recent podcast episode, Todd Chrisley did not hold back. He was candid about what he experienced and did not pull any punches. Todd talked about his notebook that he kept with him in prison. When he was leaving prison, he was asked what the notebook contained, and he said, "All the notes I'm gonna use to tell y'all when I get out." The way that Todd Chrisley tells it, there has been a lot of abuse from case managers on his fellow inmates. He made a promise to them on his way out that he would not leave these men behind or forget about them. He even called out the counselors for not doing what they're supposed to be doing and more. Todd Chrisley appears to have a fire under him since his prison exit, which will only make fans wonder even more about what kind of information he has in his notebook. One way or another, this is going to be a situation to watch. Chrisley knows best fans react to Todd Chrisley's powerful message. With this recent message from Todd Chrisley calling out all the things he saw while behind bars, a lot of Chrisley knows best fans have a lot to say about him spilling all of this tea. One recent commenter said, "He's gonna make a difference, and he's the best advocate for it." A second commenter said, "I hope he truly helped them. He's in the best position to make a difference and advocate for injustice in the prison system." Another commenter added, "Thanks, Todd, for not forgetting those men. Glad you and Mrs. Julie are home safe." What do you think about what Todd Chrisley had to say? Let us know in the comments below. For all the latest Todd Chrisley and Chrisley Knows Best news, come back again to TV shows Ace for more. Todd Chrisley tells prison abuser he's snitching on all of them. Todd Chrisley, the once proud patriarch of Chrisley Knows Best, has now become one of the most polarizing figures in prison headlines. In a shocking new turn, Todd reportedly confronted an alleged prison abuser head-on, and what he said left not only fellow inmates shaken, but even prison staff stunned. According to insider sources with knowledge of the incident, the former reality TV star didn't just stand his ground. He promised to expose everything. Chrisley, who has been incarcerated for over a year following his conviction on tax evasion and bank fraud, allegedly told a prison staffer accused of abuse, "I'm snitching on all of y'all." That single sentence has caused an uproar behind the walls of FPC Pensacola, the Florida federal prison where Todd has been serving his sentence. It has sparked fear, retaliation rumors, and even a renewed federal interest in what really happens within the so-called low-security facility. From reality star to whistleblower, Todd Chrisley rose to fame as the sharp-tongued, southern-bred star of Chrisley Knows Best, a reality show that portrays his lavish lifestyle, strong opinions, and strict parenting. But since his sentencing, a new narrative has emerged. One not about designer labels and lavish living, but about survival, power dynamics, and abuse behind bars. Recently, audio leaked from a prison phone call reveals Todd describing verbal, emotional, and possibly physical abuse suffered not only by him, but by other inmates as well. In the call, he didn't hold back. "They think just because I'm a public figure I won't talk. But I've got nothing to lose now, and I'm telling everything." Sources claim that Todd had a direct confrontation with one specific correctional officer who had reportedly been harassing him and other prisoners. According to one insider, Todd stared the officer down and warned, "Your time's up. I've already contacted my attorney. I'm going to the top. I'm not scared of any of you anymore." A growing list of allegations. Todd's attorneys have confirmed they are compiling a list of complaints that include excessive lockdowns, withholding of medical care, verbal harassment, and unsafe living conditions. These aren't just complaints being whispered through prison halls. They're forming the basis of what could become a federal investigation. Chrisley's legal team is reportedly in communication with prison watchdog groups and even members of Congress. Julie Chrisley, Todd's wife, who is serving time in a separate Kentucky facility, is also said to be documenting her own complaints. The couple, although imprisoned separately, seems to be mounting a quiet but serious push for accountability behind bars. Their children, particularly Savannah Chrisley, have taken to social media and podcasts to amplify their parents' grievances. Savannah recently claimed, "My dad has been through hell, and they thought they could break him, but all they've done is give him more fight. He's standing up not just for himself, but for every other man in there who's been mistreated, risking retaliation." Despite the courage it takes to speak out against prison authorities, it's not without risk. Whistleblowers in prison often face retaliation, from increased isolation to being transferred to more dangerous facilities. Todd has already been placed in solitary confinement at least once since his incarceration, reportedly for disruptive behavior, though his family believes that was retaliation for filing grievances. In one particularly disturbing incident, Todd reportedly went days without access to necessary hygiene items. In another, he was allegedly denied a scheduled family visitation without warning. Each of these incidents has been recorded by his legal team and may be used to support his claims of abuse and mistreatment. The fear is real, but Todd appears unmoved. One insider shared, he told them flat out, "I've survived worse. If y'all think this is going to scare me, you picked the wrong one." Prison reform advocates step in. The controversy surrounding Todd's treatment has attracted attention from prison reform advocates, some of whom are now rallying behind the disgraced reality star. One prominent activist posted on social media, "You don't have to like Todd Chrisley to recognize abuse when you see it. No one, celebrity or not, deserves to be silenced or mistreated behind bars." Another advocate reportedly visited Todd in prison and later spoke to media outlets, claiming, "He's coherent, clear-minded, and documenting everything. He's not doing this for sympathy. He's doing this to make real change happen." Rumors have swirled about Todd potentially penning a tell-all book from behind bars, documenting his prison journey, the abuses he's witnessed, and his path from wealthy TV dad to incarcerated truth teller. Some publishing insiders suggest he's already been approached with offers. They can't stop the truth. The most striking part of this developing saga is Todd's bold refusal to stay silent. A source close to the Chrisley family said, "He's telling the guards directly, 'I'm snitching on all of you. I'm documenting everything.' Most inmates wouldn't dare. But Todd is using his platform, his name, and his connections to get attention." There are even whispers that legal experts may begin using the Chrisley case to illustrate the need for sweeping prison reform. If true, Todd's voice may soon become more than just a warning to prison staff. It may become a national rallying cry. Still, not everyone is convinced of his motives. Critics argue this could be a public relations tactic to regain sympathy and public favor. He's a reality star. Of course, he knows how to craft a narrative. One media analyst said, "But even if it is strategic, that doesn't mean it isn't true." Family rallying around him. Back at home, Savannah Chrisley continues to take the lead in speaking out. She has used her podcast and Instagram following to highlight her father's situation and call for justice. "They messed with the wrong family," she recently posted. "My dad is strong. He's not backing down, and we're not going anywhere." Chase Chrisley and Nanny Faye have also made statements, urging people to pray and support Todd as he navigates what they say is a deeply unjust and abusive system. The family, fractured by scandal, seems more united than ever in a fight. Even former co-stars and production crew members of Chrisley Knows Best have spoken out anonymously, expressing shock over Todd's claims but noting he's not one to exaggerate when it comes to his kids or his faith. What comes next? If Todd Chrisley truly does follow through on his vow to snitch on all of them, the fallout could be massive. From prison staff losing jobs to a formal investigation by the Bureau of Prisons, this could evolve into one of the most high-profile prison whistleblower cases in recent history. His transformation from reality TV icon to prison reform advocate may not have been the story anyone expected, least of all Todd himself, but it's one that's now playing out in real time. Whether his allegations result in real change remains to be seen, but one thing is clear: Todd Chrisley is no longer playing the role of victim. He's stepping into the role of the fighter, and he's taking on a system much bigger than himself. As the story unfolds, all eyes are now on FTC Pensacola, where a battle for truth, justice, and maybe redemption is brewing behind the prison walls. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, America Trends 24, and stay with us.